All right, so now that the season's over, was it better than what was on Netflix? I wouldn't say that. I think there are a lot of things to indicate going forward that this is going to be very good. As you may know, I think they had to scrap like a lot of what they did halfway through because they didn't like the direction they were going. If that's the case, and they did have to hodgepodge some of this together, then they did a very good job with all that. Also, anybody saying that they Disneyed it up or we're going to lighten the tone. I mean, after that head crush, if anybody's still saying that, then their opinion should just be totally disregarded, and you don't need to listen to that person anymore. So that's good. Also, I think maybe the writing isn't better, but the combat, the fighting, the movements of Daredevil, and I mean, that last scene with him and Frank was that was pretty good. I know everybody loved the hallway fights in the Netflix show. I love them too, but we get a little bit of that kind of stuff, but we also get, an expanded view on what Daredevil can do. Like his abilities were not nearly what they are in the comics in the Netflix show, and now they're pretty close. Like he uses that baton a lot more. It was kind of a non-factor in the Netflix show, so I am thankful for that part of it. I do miss the hallway fights, but how many times can you pull the same trick? We got them. They'll probably pepper in a couple of those here and there too. Also, my theory that Frank or Punisher he just works better as this outside force that comes into other people's stories. You can only follow Punisher around so much, I think, and he's brooding about his lost family, and it just becomes the same repetitive thing. I think Bernthal's the greatest Punisher ever. I didn't like those two seasons. I thought they were each 4 episodes too long, easily. Because comics, they move slow. Like, one story takes months and months to tell, and they do runs. There's times when they're not running the comic at all. But to do a continuous show with Punisher, I just don't know if it works that well. You'd be better off doing a movie. Oh, and those movies should be self-contained, like a Dredd, where he's trapped in one building and it's like he's fighting it out, and it's just that like self-contained one thing. It's a fun action thrill ride. We don't get too much into his personal life. For me, Frank just works better when villain and hero alike have to stop and realize, oh shit, the Punisher's here, and everybody, has to deal with him. I think he's better used as a force of nature than he is, following him around for his own show. And I think Marvel realizes that, and that's why they've done what they did here, and that's why they're going to do that short with him, which I think will be excellent. Punisher's, level of violence in this is the best we've gotten since Punisher Warzone. Overall, I'm pretty happy. I mean, if the Netflix show's a 10, this was a 9. I don't have a lot of complaints.